Hello and welcome YouTube, this is Cookie Monster of ProForgeRacing, bringing you a tutorial for how to set up your racetrack with the RACETRACKS Gametype made by Master Hippie. Now, first of all, what you need is a bunch of vehicles. So, as you'll see right here, I have neatly lined up all the vehicles. And I know you're thinking there's a bunch of ghosts and a bunch of warthogs, you know, what kind of racetrack is this? But in the Gametype racetracks, all of the vehicles placed on the map, besides shade turrets and I'm assuming mantises as well, turn into mongoose. So, although I have 8 mongoose, and then 8 ghosts, and then 8 warthogs, really all of them are mongoose. So that's what you want to do, because most racetracks are compatible for 16 players. And, you know, if those people die, you definitely want to have extra mongoose when they spawn. So this way there's 24 of them. All of the other vehicles are too big, and you really don't need more than 8 extra. You probably don't even need that many. But that way, if they die, there will always be extras. And what you definitely want to do is try and line them up, you know, neatly. And I don't know if you watched the video for this map. This map is my new racetrack, Splash Mountain. And but the spawn area with all the vehicles is to the side. It's separate from the map because unlike Halo Reach, you can't spawn the vehicles on part of the map because then when you complete a lap, they're all right there. So since the vehicles are actually on the map, you have to have a separate spawn area. But yeah, what I was just doing 2 seconds ago was duplicating the item. That makes it a lot easier. Just line up one mongoose the way you like it and duplicate it, and do that for all of them. It saves you a whole lot of time. But right there you can see the spawns I have. You definitely want to have at least 16 spawns because 16 people, and I added just 2 extra on either side, 4 total extra just in case. But since the area of vehicles is so big, because there's 24 of them, you don't want everyone to spawn in the front of them and have to walk all the way back. So I put 8 in the front, or 10 checkpoints in the 10 respawn points, in the front, and 10 in the back. Just that way, you know, people can spawn in the front and back and don't have to walk as far for a mongoose. That is all step 1, that's spawning. Step 2 here is to use the kill barriers. Or you could use natural barriers. But with a racetrack, you have to have it uncheatable because due to the fact that there's only one checkpoint, if you can cheat to a further part of the map, then you're going to be closer to getting that last checkpoint, or the only checkpoint, and closer to completing the lap. So if you don't want to use pieces like a railing long, for example, to border off a turn, what you can do is just use kill barriers. In Halo 3 you had to do this, but you didn't have the option of kill barriers. In Halo 4 you do. So you can just border a turn, but you have to make sure they're wide enough. I would say at least a width of 1, or a length if you do it in the opposite way. But that's definitely very important to do bordering so that your map's uncheatable, because if part of the map comes later on and it goes underneath an earlier part, that's when you need to do it. And the third thing that you have to do is set up the hill marker. All you have to do is get a hill marker. You can make it any size you want, but the key factor is you have to make sure that A, it's uncheatable, so either it's on a jump or an elevator or something, it's in midair like mine is, or if it's on the ground, add like 3 or 4 shield doors next to each other so it forces you to go through it. So there's no way to stay in it and cheat. All the shield doors will push you through. And that's very important. But since it's King of the Hill, it's based on time, you have to make sure that they spend 1 second in the hill. No more and no less. So that's pretty simple. You know, make sure that they can't spend 5 seconds in there because they'll get 5 points. Make sure that they spend at least 1 second because if not, they won't get the points. But anyways, that is pretty much it. Everyone is supposed to be on one team, otherwise the hill will be contested if multiple people go through it and it won't work. So make sure everyone is on one team. use the RACETRACKS game type, and that is how you set up your map with the RACETRACKS game type. So, Racetrack Forgers, we are not screwed due to Halo 4. Thank you guys very much for watching, and go out there and make some great racetracks.